The news: additional Boko Haram ISWAP terrorists surrendered to Nigerian troops. That's coming from the Nigerian army. And Ghanaians protest against Nana Akufo-Addo government. Van carrying migrants crash, kills at least 10 in Texas. Federal government hires JP Morgan, other transaction advisors on $6.2 billion fresh borrowing. Details coming up shortly. This is TOS Television, your digital-first Pan-African news network. I am Merciful Ajinomo, and you're watching TOS News 360. Another 6 terrorists have given themselves up to troops in the continued Operation Hardin Kai in Borno State, following the hit on their hideout by sustained air and ground assault. Several weapons were recovered from the Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorists, including AK-47 rifles, general-purpose machine guns, and some locally fabricated Dane guns. TOS News earlier reported that 19 male fighters, 19 adult females, and 49 children of terrorists had to surrender to troops on Wednesday due to unbearable conditions in and around the fringes of Sambisa Forest. And to corruption allegation matter, Ismaila Mustafa, popularly known as Momfa, responded to the Nigerian anti-graft agency EFCC's disapproval, in which it says the Dubai-based Nigerian internet influencer Momfa is on trial for fraud. The exorbitant Bureau de Change operator Momfa claps back at the EFCC, saying he is standing trial for operating a BDC without a license and not for fraudulent activities declared by the agency. Momfa was mentioned in a 157.1 million naira fraud charge against popular car dealer Sarami Babafemi by the EFCC. And to health, according to a recent report by the World Health Organization, Nigeria is still confronted by the challenges posed by 14 out of the 20 neglected tropical diseases listed by the Global Health Body. The National Coordinator of NTD's Federal Ministry of Health, Nsei Akpan, while speaking at a media dialogue on NTD's control in Nigeria on Wednesday in Port Harcourt, says the development is as a result of poor culture of water sanitation and hygiene that is practiced among many communities across the country. Akpan says all states in Nigeria are endemic to one or more NTDs, and that 122 million people, which is equivalent to 2 out of every 3 Nigerians, are at risk of the disease. The Global Health Body described neglected tropical diseases as viral, parasitic, and bacterial diseases that mainly affect the world's poorest people. To development across Africa, several thousand protesters marched in Ghana's capital Accra on Wednesday against President Nana Akufo-Addo's government under the slogan #FixTheCountry. Wednesday's rally is the most recent anti-government protest since March, when a top court dismissed the main opposition party's challenge to Akufo-Addo's re-election late last year. Led by social media activists, the #FixTheCountry protest online has been highlighting economic problems and government management. And still in Africa, former South African President Jacob Zuma will be allowed out of the prison to appear in person before the Commission of Inquiry on State Capture on a long-running corruption case next week, Tuesday. The hearing, scheduled to resume in the southeastern city of Pietermaritzburg on August 10, shall proceed in an open court, says Judge Piet Cohen on Wednesday. Zuma was ordered to serve a 15-month term for refusing to testify to a commission probing state corruption under his presidency from 2009 to 2019. This is your digital-first Pan-African news network, TOS Television, and you're watching TOS News 360. Global, business, and sports stories when we return. Do stay with us. Many thanks for staying. On the global scene, at least 10 people have been killed and 20 injured after a van carrying 30 people believed to be illegal immigrants crashed in southern Texas on Wednesday. U.S. authorities said the vehicle was driving at high speed when it tried to veer off a highway and hit a metal pole and stop sign in the city of Encino about 4 p.m. local time. A Texas Department of Public Safety official says the van had only been designed to carry 15 passengers. It is believed that some of the passengers were undocumented migrants who had crossed the border from Mexico. Despite an appeal by the World Health Organization to hold off issuing COVID-19 vaccine boosters until more people are vaccinated across the globe, Germany and France will go ahead with the boosters from September. French President Emmanuel Macron said France was working on rolling out third COVID-19 vaccine doses to the most elderly and most vulnerable. Germany intends to give boosters to immunocompromised patients, the very elderly and nursing home residents, the health ministry says. WHO chief on Wednesday says it was unacceptable for rich countries to use more of the global vaccine supply. And now to the business scene. Nigeria's foreign reserve closed the month of July 2021 at $33.4 billion, appreciating marginally by $79.1 million compared to $33.32 billion recorded at the start of the month. However, it declined by $1.97 billion compared to $35.37 billion at the start of the year. This is according to data tracked from the website of the Central Bank of Nigeria. The decline in the reserve position had been attributed to a number of factors, including the decline in export earnings, widening trade deficit, the slump in diaspora remittances, huge decline in foreign inflows, intervention at the I&E window, and at the BDCs. The federal government of Nigeria has appointed transaction advisors to facilitate the issuance of Eurobonds in the international capital market. This was contained in the press statement by the Debt Management Office titled "Towards Financing the 2021 Appropriation Act" from the FGN, appoints transaction advisors for Eurobond issuance. The press statement says that the essence of issuing Eurobonds is to raise funds from the new external borrowing of 2.34 trillion naira provided in 2021 Appropriation Act to part finance the deficit. It adds that the funds raised will be used to finance different projects in the budget while boosting foreign exchange inflow, increasing Nigeria's external reserves, and supporting the naira exchange rate. And in sports, Nigeria women's 4x100-meter relay team is out of contention for a medal at this year's Olympics in Tokyo. The group of Tobi Amusan, Grace Nwokocha, Patience Okon-George, and Ese Brumer finished 6th in Heat 2, posting a time of 43.25 seconds. The race was won by Germany in a time of 42 seconds, Switzerland finished second in 42.05, and China in third with 42.82 seconds. The 4x100-meter women's relay final comes up on Friday and will be contested by the Netherlands, France, Germany, Great Britain, United States, Switzerland, Jamaica, and China. And that is TOS News 360 on your digital first Pan-African news network. For more updates, visit www.tostvnetwork.com. Follow and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Merciful Ajinamo. Many thanks for watching.
But we as a content